Hello, everyone. Today, we wanted to talk about something that I'm asked about frequently, Medicare eligibility for green card holders. I'm Raluca. I am an attorney who provides immigration, estate planning, and family law services to my clients in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Nina Clear, my marketing and office manager, is here with me. We really appreciate all your likes, shares, and comments as they help others to see our videos.
So first, we want to make clear to everybody that there are two healthcare programs that the U.S. government subsidizes, Medicaid and Medicare, but they are very different.
That's right. Medicaid is healthcare paid for by the state and federal government for those with financial need or a disability of any age. Medicare is for those who are 65 and older, or a few people under 65 who are disabled. Medicare was paid for by you paying taxes as an employee, and it is not income-based except for Part D.
Okay. And you said you get asked this frequently, about this frequently?
Yes, people often come from countries with different healthcare programs provided by the government, so they want to understand if or when they're eligible for those here. Or someone sponsored their elderly parents and want to know if they're eligible for Medicare.
And to remind everybody again, Medicare is for some disabled people under age 65, but for the majority, it's for people age 65 and older, right?
That's right.
Okay. And as you mentioned, you talked about Part D earlier. So Medicare has several parts to it, right?
It does. Parts A, B, and D are administered by the U.S. government. Part C is administered by private insurance companies. But so we don't confuse people too much, Part A is basically for hospitalization, and that is the one that we will be talking about mostly today.
Okay, so are immigrants eligible for Medicare?
Yes, but with certain restrictions.
And what are those restrictions?
Regular residents of the United States, both citizens and green card holders, can get Medicare Part A if they or their spouse, in some instances, worked for at least 40 quarters. This is about 10 years, and are over the age of 65.
So if someone came to the United States at age 63, even if they worked, they wouldn't be eligible for Medicare.
No, not at age 65.
So what do they do for health insurance coverage then?
There are a few options. If they have lived in the U.S. continuously for 5 years and are above age 65, but didn't work for 10 years as required, they can buy the coverage themselves from the U.S. government. Otherwise, they will need to buy something called new immigrant or bridge insurance through a private insurance company.
And how much does it cost if they bought it themselves from the U.S. government?
I don't know much about the private insurance costs. For 2019, the monthly cost for Medicare Part A is $437.
And does that cover everything?
No, as I mentioned, Part A is mostly for hospitalizations. Keep in mind, you will still have to pay a deductible, so that amount is just the monthly premium you will pay.
And can you keep paying for new immigrant insurance instead of getting Medicare?
Unfortunately, no. You are required to sign up for Medicare as soon as you become eligible. You are eligible when you have been here for 5 years, so you are no longer considered a new immigrant.
And what happens if someone does not enroll in it when they're eligible?
They will have to pay some penalties. What people should know about those penalties is that they may need to pay them for as long as they have Medicare.
So they're added to the monthly premium, basically.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And what about if a person is a green card holder, but say they travel between the United States and their country of origin, like every year? So maybe they're 6 months there, 6 months here. Can they get Medicare for a limited time?
No, it's not coverage you can pick up and drop. You must pay for it for the whole year, every year. Again, if you don't pay for it and at some point you need it, you may have to pay ongoing penalties for not having paid for it sooner.
Okay. And do you sign up for it when you turn 65?
I would contact a Medicare insurance specialist before you turn 65. There are limited enrollment periods every year.
And I know we talked about this before in a video, but the Trump administration has introduced policies that are not yet in effect, I don't think, but they've talked about these policies that would keep people who use certain entitlement programs, put in quotes, entitlement programs, from getting their citizenship. Is Medicare considered part of that entitlement program?
Medicare Part D is, if provided for a low income subsidy, is part of that policy. So it would also exclude those who have had to have long-term institutionalizations paid for by the government.
And did that policy go into effect yet?
Not as far as I'm aware. The public comment closed on December 10, 2018, with over 210,000 comments, which the Department of Homeland Security is supposed to review, consider, and respond to before moving forward and finalizing the rule. Thank you for watching and for all your likes and comments. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us, as we're always here to help. See you tomorrow.